Oh hey, I didn't see you there. I'm a low-floater prisoner on Scum Island. I've been living here for about 2 years now, and let me tell you, it's not easy. I mean, loot is scarce, and these abominations that Tech 1 calls puppets are everywhere. You can't even walk 5 feet in the city without one of those things chasing you. Well, at least I can walk like 5 feet without exploding by a mine, am I right? There are bright sides to things. Like Tech 1 even has an employee tie her own shoelaces to come out to the island to take everyone's car away every Friday so everyone can have a chance of taking a joyride. Are there any what? What? No, this island's for survival. No one's gonna come to your rescue and drop loot, unless you got some buddies, of course. This island is for hardcore survival, and the cool kids like to call it the Boom Boom Room 2.0. So make sure you have your big boy pants when you end up here, alright?
Talking about the Boom Boom Room?
Yeah, the Boom Boom Room, that's it.
What is going on, guys? It's Low Florida and welcome back to another Scum video. I hope you guys enjoyed that little commercial. But today I wanted to highlight one of the best servers that I have played on in Scum. So we're going to be talking about Boom Boom Room 2.0. But before we get into that, I know we may have some new viewers just hearing about Scum, so let's do a quick overview on what Scum is. I'll have some timestamps showing off the bread and butter of the Boom Boom Room server in the description below if you just want to skip over to that part of the video. So what is Scum? Scum is an open world survival game that takes place on a Croatian island called Scum Island. And I know, we've seen a lot of games like this, but trust me, this game has a lot of different features to separate itself from its competitors. I mean, the lore alone sold me on this game. In Scum, we are prisoners on a TV show called SCUM, where the viewers and fans alike can watch as us prisoners die, survive, and die again. When you die, your character is brought back by the corporation and they turn you into a zombie, or what they call puppets. The people behind the show are the Tech 1 Corporation, and our mission is to find a way to take off this BCU out of our heads and escape the island. The full lore isn't fully implemented yet as the game is still in development, but in due time it will be very welcomed. Moving on, I'll talk about some of the features that stood out to me the most when I first seen this game, and features that have been implemented since. The first one we're going to be talking about is the metabolism system. You see that little light on the back of your head? Yeah, that's your BCU, and it monitors your entire body. It tells you how many calories you're burning, it tells you when you need to pee or poo. Yes, you can pee and poop in this game. It also tells you when you are sick, and even when you're losing muscle, which ultimately is bringing down your skill points. We'll talk about skill points a little later. Now, it looks like a lot to handle, but it's actually quite simple to figure out. Like in real life, the more active you are, the more calories you will burn. So you need to make sure that you're eating food to keep up your calorie balance. Don't eat or drink too much at one time though. If you eat too much, you'll see your stomach volume go to 100% or higher, and your character will vomit. And if you drink too much, your character will either end up vomiting or having a serious case of diarrhea. Long story short, your calorie balance needs to be in the positive, and same for your water balance in order to stay at your best. If your character is muscular, you're going to want to find meat so you have a source of protein to keep you from losing that muscle. And if your character is fat, you're going to be eating more often than a skinny character. So if you're going to be running for miles, make sure to bring some food and water with you. There are also a number of ways to customize your character. There will be full cosmetic customization implemented later on, but for the time, we have a good amount of faces to choose from as well as switching sex. But the real meat and potatoes is the skill points. You can make your character super fat and smart, or really strong and stupid. Or you can customize it to your playstyle. This is your character, not mine. So feel free to dabble around with the different builds that fit your playstyle most. Also, the bigger the wang, the smaller the brain. So depending on how you build your character, you can spend it on 4 different categories: intelligence, strength, dexterity, and constitution. Strength is how well you are with boxing, melee weapons, rifles, handguns, and archery. Each skill has 4 levels: no skill, basic skill, medium skill, and advanced skill. The higher skill you have, the better you are in that category. So if you have advanced boxing, you'll be knocking people out left and right. Or if you have no skill in rifles, your recoil is going to be higher than giraffe nuts. Same thing goes for all of your skills. The better you are at something, the more perks you get. Like engineers can craft gold locks, while basic skills can only craft rusty locks. And medium skills can craft silver locks. The higher the awareness you have, the farther you can see loot in the distance and hear your surroundings. I could go more in depth with the skills, but I'd be here forever, honestly. But I will say that each skill can correspond in some type of way. So let's say we have a really skinny guy with advanced rifles. and a strong guy with basic rifles. Even though the skinny guy is advanced in rifles, the buff guy is not going to have such a problem with recoil because he's so strong. Or if you're a skinny guy who's fast but has a lot of gear and weight on you, the buff guy with the same gear might run as fast or run longer than you because they have the strength to carry it. There are a lot of skills that tie into each other, and if you guys would like for me to make a video on the skills that tie into each other, let me know. Moving on, we do have a great feature that some people may not like, but I do because I hate third-person peekers. This game handles third-person peeking differently than any other game that I've played. If a person is out of your character's line of sight, they will de-render from your screen until you peek again. This is such an amazing feature because it doesn't allow for players to be hiding behind a wall at a bunker, waiting for someone to walk through and shooting them down for an easy kill. Love them or hate them, there are sentry mechs that guard most of the high tier loot spots. They're extremely dangerous and very hard to navigate through if you don't know what you're doing or don't know their walk paths. But once you figure it out, you'll get some precious loot. And quick tip, if a mech tells you to freeze and put your hands up, press F4 to put up your hands and the mech will ask you to leave without harming you. Just make sure his lights are white before you do so. Another thing you have to look out for when near high-tiered locations is what the community likes to call boomers. If you get too close, you'll hear a beep that will get faster and they'll blow up. And did I mention that depending on the size of the puppet varies the amount of damage is done to you and how fast they can move? Well, I just did now, so good luck fighting or running away from them. Base building and house fortifications are in the game, so if you and some buddies want to build a supreme base, you can do that. Just make sure one of you guys have a high enough engineering skill to build the strongest base you can. Or if you are a lone wolf, you can go into an existing house in the map, reinforce the windows and lock some doors and call that baby your own. One of the last features that I love about SCUM is the events. When you are bored, or maybe you don't have that much loot, or maybe you just want to have some fun and shoot some fools, you can go to the events tab and choose from the many game modes such as primal event, where it's bows and arrows and melee weapons, your standard TDM, your standard deathmatch, cargo drop, capture the flag, or even a UFC match. There's so much fun to be had here, and it's a great way to test out some guns. And you may be asking, but what's the point of events when I can go kill on the island? Well, on the island you have a reputation. The more fame points you have, the higher the reputation. Having fame points allows you to pick where you want to spawn when you die. You can pick random, you can pick a sector, or you can pick your shelter if you built one. Now, I don't want to keep spamming you guys with a bunch of information, but I did want to give you guys a little overview about the features that I love most about SCUM. If you guys want an in-depth view on SCUM's features, you can check out GamePire's YouTube channel to see in-depth videos on features in the game such as wetness affecting you, archery, and more. They've also been doing these sweet patch note videos, and that's pretty awesome. Now that I talked about the features I love about SCUM, I want to talk to you guys about my favorite server that I play on, and that is the Boom Boom Room 2.0. This is a hardcore survival setup running on a dedicated server. And what do I mean by hardcore? I mean low loot, so not everyone is walking around with SVDs and other high tier loot. You better earn that shit. Hordes of threatening zombies and PvP that is so intense you might shit yourself. It kind of reminds me of Escape from Tarkov when you are low rank and only have a pistol and some meds, but you kill a beefy guy. You were running away and you said fuck it, and you went balls deep with aggression and you got a headshot. You find all the loot on him and you get excited and nervous at the same time because you want to get the hell out of there alive. But when it's about wipe time and everyone has the best loot in the game can become very boring. This is the same way I view SCUM. When you finally get that Bambi kill with the spear and you find that RPK and some drum mags filled with ammo, you feel like a beast, but you might show signs of gear fear because you don't want to lose all of your stuff. And once you get back to your base, it's mission complete. Also, there are not mines all over the map, so you can walk a couple minutes without blowing up into pieces, so that's a plus. Next, I want to talk about the hordes of puppets that are on this server. I mean, there are a lot of puppets. If you're going into the big city, make sure you have a lot of ammo and some people with you, or be extremely quiet to not attract the puppets your way, because you will be a dead man. Not only are there hordes, but these hordes hit way harder than most servers and are actually a threat in this game. The big beefy puppets can knock you out in like 4 or 5 hits, and if there's some skinny ones with the beefy guys, good luck because the skinny guys are going to trap you and the big guys are going to kill you. They also have worked to try to level out the playing field for solos and squads. If you are a solo player, the amount of fame points to respawn is less than if you were in a group. The more people in your squad, the more fame it costs to respawn. Are you always tired of squads snatching all the vehicles and hoarding them? Well, in Boom Boom Room, you're only allowed 4 cars per squad. If there are more than 2 vehicles in a base or claimed, the admin will remove them from the base or claim. And on top of that, there are weekly car wipes every Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time. Remember me talking about events earlier? Well, these scumbags in Boom Boom Room are playing events quite often. It's a great way to see the players that you come across the island, and sometimes it can be a great way to team up with other players. You can also see who's your competition and who you need to worry about on the island. Loot is scarce and puppets are thirsty for blood. Sometimes it's not always the best to take out every person you see. No, once you take that shot, you'll have a horde of puppets coming your way. Maybe try to team up or even hold that person up and take their loot. It would create for more interesting experiences. So tell me guys, what do you think about SCUM? And what do you think about the Boom Boom Room? If it sounds like something for you, you can check out SCUM on Steam. And if you're rocking with the server, you can join the Discord or search up Boom Boom Room 2.0 in the search bar in game. I will also leave the Boom Boom Room Discord as well as mine in the description if you guys would like to join. We have the 0.5 patch coming soon, so right now is a great time to hop in. But if you guys did make it all the way to the end of the video, I would like to thank you very much, and I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys on the island. But I'm Loaf Lord, and stay toasty out there.